Hey everyone, it is BlitzKreke here, and with your friend, the One Chic Wonder. We are going to now kick Void's ass, and if I don't get Leanna's buns, hun, then Zach is going to get my boots and his ass. So he better hope that, you know, Leanna forfeits her ass over to Tom Thompson. Let's get right back into the episode. Looking around, I see tall trees overhead form a thick canopy, thick with two C's. Blocking out the sun. The trees' trunks are thick and gnarled. Many of them have heavy scarring. The grass beneath my feet feels thin and hard. When I look further out, the landscape changes to a barren patch of dry ground flocked with craters. It feels like some serious damage. That's a lot of damage! Footsteps sound heavy, sound nearby. I see a patrol group pass close to us. I hold my breath as I walk by. Luckily, they don't spot us. When they're outside, I breathe a sigh of relief. Car relaxes slightly to do the best, as do the rest of my teammates. Where are we?
It would appear we are on the former battleground of the Battle of Asaria.
I take another look at the harsh land. It must have been a really intense battle to have scarred the landscape this much. Leanna looks at our manipulator.
I'm scanning extremely high levels of shadow energy here.
As am I.
Course you would.
It is without question this is where Void's main base of operation is.
She feels with her manipulator.
And the energy type is specific to being transmuted into tainted energy.
Can't say I'm surprised.
This doesn't add up. You would think a place where Void was last strongest would be a place that would be monitored.
According to the Mage Guild reports, they do monitor here.
Then what gives?
The shadow energy here is vast. It would appear Void has used this to their advantage, to not only mask their energy signature, but to also shroud themselves from the eyes of scouts. We, however, appear to have pierced the veil by being on the inside of it.
The shadow elemental sent us inside their defenses. That's helpful. Void shouldn't be underestimated. They're dangerous, but not stupid.
Look there!
Yeah, points to a distance. Tendrils of shadow crawl towards the sky. They flicker and dance above the skyline. Amelia checks her manipulators again.
That location has the highest concentration of energy.
Well, let's kick some ass.
And that's where we need to go to stop them.
The group readies themselves as Zach surveys the surroundings.
There's a lot of ground between us and them. Not to mention all the patrols, guards, and lookouts they'll have.
He is right. One does not simply walk into the heart of Void's operation.
What if I use shadow magic? What if Car can sneak us in? Maybe we should try our new skill. I think I have a way. Look at me. I have shadow magic now. What if I turn it around on them and make the shroud... what if I make it and I'll shroud us in a shadow cloak? He seems skeptical.
You've never cast shadow magic before.
I can try. Close my eyes and focus on the icy emptiness when I feel when the shadow energy poured into me. I remember its soft, biting touch. Raise my hand and a dark bubble of shadow engulfs us. Throwing us into the bubble immediately casting on us with the water temple. Zach and Kara inspect the bubble, poking it cautiously at the sides. Leanna seems impressed.
You did it!
Most impressive, although not surprising considering his previous mastery of the elements. Let us make haste.
I'm awesome. I focus my attention on the shadow shroud as we shuffle it uncover. My heart pounds my chest. This will actually keep us hidden. We pause and hear more footsteps. Another set of patrols come our way. I hold my breath as they near. Then sigh as they walk past us. The shroud successfully kept us hidden. I'm a genius. Quickly but quietly, we continue towards the center of the encampment. I'm a mage knight, bitch! Make good progress, stopping only when we get too close to the patrols. I keep the shadow shroud around us, feeling the energy flowing around out of me. Even though we've been casting for this long, I don't feel tired. All that channeling has finally paid off. Damn right it has. Eventually we reach the inner circle. There's a circle of robed figures. Their dark hoods cover their faces, but the deep purple robes of void mages are unmistakable. The purple shadows fly around them, whispering and mixing with their chants. The tendrils whip widely in the air as it continues to grow. They thicken the sky, shielding the light in a dark cloud. Whew. It's a lot more magic than I originally saw. We're about to form a plan when one of the guards looks in our direction. His gaze pierces through my shroud and he seems to look right at us. What's going on? I haven't stopped my magic. The rest of us swarm, staring at us too. I take another look at their uniforms. They wear armor and carry a sword and manipulators. It reminds me of Leanna. Uh-oh. The Mage Knights are with them. Are those Void Mage Knights?
I have a bad feeling about this.
As they draw their swords, metal ring echoes in there. The manipulators stare to grow.
They found us! Dodge!
A flurry of shadow bolts fire in our direction. We leap out of the way. My concentration is broken and the shadow collapses. The Void Knights dash toward us as a purple energy gathers in their hands.
We need to reach the mages and stop whatever they're doing.
I don't think Void Knights are going to let us through that easily.
Then we'll fight right through them!
We're ourselves for action. Minigame time, minigame time, minigame time. Start. Swordy boys, shieldy boy, comet boy, double swordy boy, shieldy boy, double swordy boy, shieldy boy, win! My breath comes in ragged grasp as I face the next Void Knight, but I don't hesitate. As he swings, I whip past him and the sword pierces an empty air. I strike behind, knocking the sword out of his hand, then using the blunt end of my blade and augmented a rush of wind, I knock him out. He crumples to the ground. I put him to the ground! The rest of my team stand there as we scan an area for more enemies. The ground is littered with the fallen Void Knights, but the circle of mages still stands. Their chanting grows in volumes as the shadows continue to multiply. They ignore our presence and entrance in their own world.
Perform the final channel.
No!
Leanna and Amy throw magic at their mages, pour all their energy into the dark shadows. Zach and Kara start to race towards the circle, but a wave of darkness washes over us, flinging us back. We're too late. Dancing shadow warps around, flickering claws reach out as bursts through ground and engulfs the circle. The darkness swells and reaches taller than the meeker trees, blinding me with its blanket of shadow. I hear the faint cackle of the mages as a surge of purple energy explodes. Shielding my eyes from the blast, I put forth and summon a barrier of an opaque chateau to protect us from the shockwaves. The magic slowly ebbs. I flank my eyes back to focus. The entire place is lit with fallen void. Only my friends and I were protected from the blast. However, the shadows twist away to reveal empty eyes. They curl into the long claws and sharp teeth, and I gave out the monstrosity looming in the sky.
What is that?
I have never seen such a creature before.
Lena takes him, seeing a fallen victim, her mouth twisting into a frown.
And it left a full trail of destruction as it emerged, without discriminating between void or anything else.
Piercing howl deafens us as the creature screams. It swipes along a claw at us, and I erect another barrier. Although I managed to block the attack, we're still pushed back by the sheer force of power. Crack! Zach's discharger goes off, shocking us back to life. The energy is absorbed by the creature, and Zach's eyes widen as it fixes a lifeless stare into him. Swipes another claw at us, but this time I cannot block in time. We morph sent flying across the camp. My cheek scrapes along the ground as I fall hard. My team struggles to their feet beside me. Amy conjures a flaming sphere between her hands and launches at the creature. The ball of fire disperses harmlessly across the shadow beast. Undeterred, Amy tries to freeze it in place, but it blocks her magic, leaving her unscathed. It roars as it swipes another claw at Amy, but Kara pushes her out of the way, and she takes the brunt of the attack. She's knocked back against a tree and slides limply to the ground. Amy rushes over to her. In the meantime, Lena races around the creature, trying to draw its attention. Her sword glows pale blue as she hacks the shadow creature's base. It roars again, and coils of shadows wrap around Lena's legs. She manages to wriggle free, but the tendrils are relentless, and soon she's trapped. Our attacks are futile against this creature. Lena and Zack motion for retreat, but the creature shoots the shadows to block our escape. Slowly, the shadows surround us and close in. We're forced to remain in fight. We share a glance and nod. We have to work together to take this thing down. Leanna and Kara both run in. Amy sends bolts of ice towards the monster, freezing any tendrils which try to escape just in time for Leanna to slice them down. The creature howls in pain. He tries to swipe at Leanna, but Amy burns his claws with a ball of fire, and it recoils from the heat. Zack aims his discharge and shoots the tendrils, which try to reach Kara, while Kara furiously cuts ribbons of shadows off the beast. Again, the beast lets out another shriek as tentacles back. I bring up an earthen barrier to shield Amy as a sneaky shadow tendril tries to shake her. Then it cuts down with my sword. I blast the creature with a burning fireball and send a burst of wind behind it. The resulting explosion is twice as big as it hits the creature straight in the chest. It stumbles back as we continue to advance. It looks like we're doing some damage. Another surge of adrenaline kicks in as I let loose another fireball. Beast lets out another scream. Its one shrill shrill. I feel it in my bones. It swells my sides, growing and surging until it blocks out the sky completely. Raising a claw, it plummets it with a series of fast attacks. I bring up a shield, but the claws rip right through it. We're sent sprawling across the ground. Again, my face burns as I scrape the crest to the ground. Feeling bruised, we push ourselves back to our feet. We can't give up now. The creature watches us struggle and splits into a chaotic grin. As I stumble back to my feet, I look at the rest of my team still on the ground. They groan as they push themselves to their feet. My legs shake as I steady myself. We can't go on like this. I can already feel exhaustion setting in. I won't be able to keep this up forever. Either I run out of energy or my body gives up on me. Thought nibbles at the back of my mind. What if I use up all my remaining energy and I channel into a powerful blast? I know if I do, there's no coming back from it. My body is already close to hitting the point of exhaustion. Amelia has warned me multiple times about what will happen if I channel too much energy at once. Ooh. But this may be the only chance of stopping this creature. It's too risky. Unleash all my energy. Fuck, I'm gonna do the unresponsible thing. I'm gonna release all that energy fucking into a jizz burst, boy. Jizzin'. All those temples are we visited, all that energy I accumulated. I feel it humming deep within me, a gentle reminder that it's all still there, as it knows its time has come. It was all for this moment. The energy within me itches to be released. I have not a pause. That explosion of energy is dangerous for my friends too. I don't want them to get caught in the blast. I need to get them to a secure location. I can't channel all my energy shield my friends and fight the creature simultaneously. But how do I get them to go? Look down the Pango. What is he doing here? He looks at me and his eyes harden. His body buzzes like the energy within me. I think he can sense what I need to do. You feel the energy surrounding him too. My energy, which is he's slowly been storing the whole this time, it sings to each other, wanting to be the whole again. Oh damn. I think Pango wants to let it free. But what happened to you? Pango gives me a knowing look, his eyes harden with determination. What happened to him if something would happen to me if I unleash all my energy at once? And you would still do it? Mixed emotions roll within me. I don't want to lose him, but I understand the decision that he's made. And it's the same decision I'm making. Stay back. I push my teammates behind me as I step between them and the creature. I have to use all my energy to protect my friends, to protect Terra. No matter the cost, I have to risk my life to protect those I love. Then that is the risk I'm willing to take. Pango hops forward with me.
What are you doing?
What we have to do. Pango's voice feels small, but the determination in his eyes is strong.
Wait!
Pango closes his eyes and a bright light encapsulates him like a shining halo. The light hardens around us, forming a magical barrier. The dome cages me in, and the Pango in with the shadow beast, leaving my friends safely on the outside. I see my teammates shouting. They sound faint from far away. I can't make out the words, but I can still hear the pain in their voices. Soon that is drowned out by the cry of the creature as it writhes and prays and twisting away from the bright light shielding it. With the barrier in place, I concentrate on the energy within me. Leanna steps toward the protective shield, her eyes glittering. Aww, that's a sad thumbnail. I'm grabbing it anyway. She places her hand against the grid, banging against it. Her screams are muffled as the pounding of her fists against the dome. Energy from the dome sparkles each time she pounds against it. I shake my head. She shakes her head, her hands trembling against the barrier. My heart aches as I watch her face fall. She looks so helpless and lost. That's all my fault, but this is the only way I know I can protect her. I smile softly and place my hand against her. The shield fills the spools, a hum of energy vibrates between the fingers. She overlaps her hands perfectly against mine. I hope this doesn't kill me. Perfectly against mine, but her warmth doesn't penetrate the cold, hard barrier. I'll keep you safe, I promise. She shakes her head again. Her eyes widen, she pounds against the shield again. Her tears flow down her cheeks as she shouts again. Leanna? She pauses, her hands cling to the dome, her eyes glittering. I'm so lucky to have met you. I know our time together was short, but I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. You're the best thing that have ever happened to me. Boom. Even though she can't hear me, she sees the expression on my face, and the tears spill out again, leaving twin trails of wetness down her cheeks. Oh, I'm saying I love you. Fuck it. I'm gonna die? I'm gonna say I love you. Who do you think I am? Just who the fuck do you think we are? Me and Pango! Grit those teeth, Pango! Grit the teeth! I don't care I don't care that we're no longer together. There's no chance I won't see her again. I need to tell her exactly how I feel. Leanna, I love you. She gasps sharply and racks my lips. She crouches the barrier. And she uses her wind magic to try to break through the shield. When that doesn't work, she grabs her sword and none of her strikes make it in. Oh no! I don't want to actually die, but if this is, it's one hell of a way to go. I give her one last smile and turns toward the beast. The shadow creature bores its teeth and lets out an unworldly howl, and he continues to reel back from my light surrounding him. All my rage is pent up and frustration bubbles within me, remembering my malicious glee that the beast's face and the forces my anger to boil over. How dare that thing try to hurt my friends? Just who in the hell do you think we are? How dare you threaten terror? I won't let it. A scream rips out of my throat as I let anger wash over me. It burrows deep in my bones, igniting the energy within me. All of the feelings in each element rile in me. The tranquility, chaos, rejuvenation. I feel the whole of the white-hot flash as all the energy races through me, itching to be released. The light finally dissipates around the creature and it blinks a few times, trying to refocus, and when it sees me, it growls and tries to swipe at me, but another shield blocks it. The Pango made sure I would have enough time to make a channel full of my energy. I won't forget what you've done for me. Feeling a renewed strength, I continue to gather the energy within me. Tap the icons as fast as you can. That's a lot of fucking logos. Win, I guess I won. That's cool. Shadow Beast howls and wheels the extra barrier. With each solid hit, I begin to see fractures forming along the surface. That's a good fucking thumbnail. The fucking energy swords. This energy is about to overwhelm me. I throw out my arms and make the power rise out of me. Mastering the 5 pointed swords, all deadly and sharp, they pose to strike the creature. Strike the creature. As they emerge, it appears what remains of my barrier, just passing kaleidoscopes of the light beast. It shrinks from the light, howling with rage. My mind is strangely calm and the sense is sharpened. I can smell the crackle of energy in the air. It's sweet yet spicy. The hair on my neck stands on an end, its remaining energy continues to surge within me. As the beast shakes off the last light, it refocuses on me, baring its teeth. You don't scare me. I open my arms wide again and force all my remaining energy into a blade. Oh fuck. The creature readies itself to impact. Instead of force the blades. I think get a lot of screenshots. This is good fucking art. Even though I'm probably gonna die. It's fine. The creature readies itself for impact. Instead, I force the blades into the ground, fracturing the earth and creating a perimeter around the beast. A beam of golden light shoots straight up from the swords. A shadow of beast blinks and shields my eyes from the light. When nothing more happens, it growls at me, readying another attack. We're going Super Saiyan, boys! Before it can, beams of light splinter off from the swords that surround the creature. The feelings uncoil within me. The energy flashes into existence. Fire, earth, water, wind, and shadow. The beast twirls around, confused by the light, which continues to grow in brightness. My body feels as heavy as the energy gushes out of me. The light becomes blinding as my legs give out beneath me. I'm on the ground, but the energy continues to expel my body. I can't control it anymore. With each wave of energy, my body heaves. Exhaustion blankets me and makes my body feel heavy. And yet the brilliant light blazes hot, blinding me and chases the shadow away. This ends now. You shall not pass. GG. Cool guys, don't look at explosion. I'm gonna say this ends now. My final ounce of strength, I pour all the remaining energy into the swords. I hope I don't die. I don't think it's going to. There's probably gonna be like, I'm gonna like be on, and then I'm gonna wake up and Leanna's gonna hug me, and it's gonna be love at first sight again, and then she's gonna marry me, and I'm gonna be a god. You know those other people who defended Terra before? They're gonna make statues of Tom Thompson and his glorious Pango friend. There's gonna be folk tales about me. The children let loose and anger screamed, and it begins to dissolve and scream lingers in my mind, resonating in my ears. Through the blinding whiteness, I imagine Leanna's smile just dazzling as the light. And then, nothing. It's over. It's finally over. My friends are safe, and that's what's important. The smile on my face, I let the brightness wash over me as the world falls silent. If it goes to title screen, I'm gonna be pissed. Dot 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 dot. Dot 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 dot. I blink open my eyes. Yes! He lives! Where am I? Feeling groggy, I rub my eyes and look around. Stiff mountain peaks climb into a horizon and... Oh! I think it didn't die! It flows into a river basin underneath a splashing waterfall. Oh! Zach, are you there?
Yeah.
He's not dead! I told you he's a god! The scenery is very picturesque and it looks straight out of a magazine, but the colors are all wrong. Everything in the immediate area around me is black or white and some shade in between. As it gets farther into the distance, I see a grove of trees with a pocket of green. To the far left, the cluster of purple mountains. The more I look around, the more I see colors localized to specific areas. I wonder why some places have colors and some don't. Soft voices catch my attention. I look over and recognize the spirits from the temple. They look exactly as I remember, but more solid, more real.
Those who summoned the Shadow Prime Vanquisher must be discovered to face the consequences. Their actions cannot be ignored.
Once your investigation begins, it will only be a matter of time before the perpetrators are found. Only those in energy surplus can open a rift onto Mortalis Terra.
The Earth Elemental's voice is sweet yet melodic, like the birds of a forest. The Air Elemental's eyes widen.
Such is forbidden, though. That is something they would have known.
Her voice is strong and carries for a strange hearing of all the elementals talk. The others nod in agreement.
Yes, and out of those who can cross over to Mortalis Terra, only 3 Shadow Houses have access to a Shadow Prime Vanquisher. The Shadow Houses have remained quiet ever since I took over the Magistrate. I wonder if they were all plotting this.
The Water Elemental's place a confirming hand on the Shadow Elemental's arm. When she speaks, her voice bubbles and flows like the rush of the water.
You cannot blame yourself for these unfortunate courses of events. Their plan was in the making before you even ascended the Shadow Magistrate.
The Earl Elemental nods.
In truth, you handled the situation quite well, especially for being new in your role.
Fire Elemental just puts her hands on her hips, the heating of dancing flames in her voice.
However, Sister Magistrates, our work is far from over. We must each return to our domains. If rumors spread that there are no consequences for crossing into Mortalis Terra, we may have our own houses who might hope to take matters into their own hands and try to summon our own elemental prime vanquishers.
I start pushing myself off the ground. The elementals freeze. The Shadow Elemental looks over to me and gasps.
You're here?
At the mention of me, the elementals turn around and slowly make their way towards me. Their faces make a mixture of concern and surprise. The elemental flits over to me and looks me over.
Is he real? No human has ever crossed over to our side before.
Where am I? What is this place? The Shadow Elemental stepped close over to me.
This is the Ether Terra.
Hey! Ether Terra! The last thing I remember is defeating the creature, and then there was this blinding light. Mental stare at the glance.
Light? Was it from your cast?
I think so.
And you casted all of the elements at once?
Yeah. They blink at each other in surprise. When the Fire Elemental speaks, she sounds pensive.
You must have inadvertently opened a temporal fracture, which pulled you into Ether Terra.
I somehow casted a rift. And yet, I'm still alive. Yeah, I just put the Shadow Man in my old world. Everyone's getting fucked in school, kids. Fuck school shootings. Put a giant shadow monster in school. And yet, I'm still alive. All I remember is crippling pain of the energy consuming me. Is that even possible? They look at each other worried.
That I cannot answer for certain. Yet you stand here in our realm. No human has ever set foot in Ether Terra before, but no human has been able to cast all of the elements either.
I look around my surroundings. The landscape feels familiar, but nothing is the same. It feels so overwhelming. All I want to return is to normalcy. Doesn't matter how I get there, I just need to get back. Can you send me back?
Back where exactly?
Terra. I'm going back home to Terra. I just told Leanna I loved her. I'm returning to get some of that whatever she is pussy. Back to Terra. The elementals look at each other back at me, then they nod. They prepare. Yes! I can go back to there and I'm not dead! Woo-hoo! And now Zach can look at me and be like, damn, he's a real wizard. And I'll be like, damn right, went to Hogwarts and everything. Look at my resume!
You do not wish to return to your world?
I do not wish to return. I shake my head. I have someone waiting for me in Terra. Yes! Zach, you are lucky. Your ass is somewhat saved right now.
As you wish. Child of the other world, thank you.
Zach, you are a lucky man. The Shadow Elemental lowers her head in respect, and the H Elementals nods to me in return. Look at each other, the Elementals, and smile. I appreciate all the help you've given me along the way.
I am glad it was enough.
It was our pleasure.
We won't forget you.
Or what you've done for us.
Elementals return to their position.
Are you ready?
Damn right I'm ready. Oh! Oh! I'm giving Elena a hug and a squeeze on the ass. I feel the same crack of energy. Electricity tingles my skin as I feel the weightlessness, solidness around me. Hey, what's this? Instinctively, I shield my eyes when I come back. I've returned to Terra. Friends are solemnly gathered together. Lena's crumpled into her knees, hanging her head in her hands. I can hear her sobs spill over the stifling of the group. Zack stands stone-faced, looking in the distance at nothing. Kara's arms are around him, her head resting on her shoulder, and a silent tear rolls down her cheeks. Amy kneels beside Leanna awkwardly, pats her back, her bright pigtails all over, hiding her face. Tell everyone you're okay. Be nonchalant. She's like, what's up, guys? That's probably me.
You do differently.
I'm gonna say guys. My friends turn towards me in the sound of my voice. I wave them as I approach. I'm so glad you're alright. For a moment, they all stare at me, and Leanna scrambles to her feet.
Is that really you?
She runs and wraps her arms around me. Whoa!
You're alive!
Yes?
I thought...
Her voice chokes up and I gently hush her. It's okay. Everything's okay. I'm here now. Yes! Zach, I like you now.
I was so scared.
You do
I thought I'd never see you again.
Why, Zach? Did you have the same ending?
Oh.
Oh, okay. I thought I'd never see you again. I'm here, and nothing's going to tear us apart again. She nods and tears beaming in her eyes. Hey, don't cry.
These are happy tears.
The rest of my team approaches us. I want to hear what Zach has to say.
What happened? How did you get back here?
It's a bit of a long story, which may be saved for another time. Amy nods.
Even without an explanation,
You do differently.
Zach's like, I want this ending. Thanks, Amy. I'm glad to be back. I missed you guys.
We missed you too.
Come on, it's only been like 5 minutes since he was gone. Don't be so dramatic.
Despite that, his eyes are glittering. Zach, were you crying?
No, you were crying.
That's a you answer. Zach, are you crying? No, you were crying! Fuck you! I sweat from my eyeballs! Hey, Pongo's still here. We all blink at the tiny squeak. Out of my scarf pops a miniature Pongo, no bigger than my finger. He hops under my shoulder and squeaks again. Pongo, is that you? He bounces happily before nuzzling my cheek. You're alive, but so small. He appears at the Pongo.
Aw, he's so cute.
Amy squints to get a closer look.
He certainly bears a strong resemblance.
Well, yeah. All Pongos pretty much look the same.
Kara lightly punches Zach's arm.
Don't be mean.
Pongo hops up and nips my nose. Yep, that's definitely him.
I'm so relieved he made it too.
I just did it all. I just basically came energy, ladies. Of course, he's a tough little guy. I pat his head and he snuggles against my neck. Gradually, the shock of my reappearance winds down. We all sit down and take a minute just to process everything. The creature was defeated and all my teammates are alive and safe. But most importantly, I'm back in Terra. I look over at Lena, who's twists back her lacquer hair deep in thought. There's nothing standing in the way of us now. No looming threat of danger and the possibility of one of us leaving. We're finally free to be together. Zach cleared his throat, breaking the silence and interrupting my thoughts.
So, we finally defeated Void.
Did I get a statue? Kara gives Zach a strange look.
Yes.
Zach gestures to me.
And I'm assuming since you're still here in Terra, it means you aren't trying to find a way home anymore.
Leanna's gaze slides to me. She bites her lip in anticipation. Her eyes is ancient yet hopeful. I smile at her. That's right. She smiles, her eyes shining. Yay! Zach grins and puts his hand behind his head, leaning back against a tree.
Excellent. Then I believe payment is in order.
We blink at him. Huh?
My job was to protect Amelia throughout our travels. And, as you can see, she is in one piece.
Zach, you gotta be kidding about your fucking payment.
You owe me 42,030 coins for my services based on how long this mission has been and how far we've traveled.
Again, we gape at Zach. The color drains from Leanna's face. But we just saved the world.
Saving the world doesn't put beer in my stomach.
Even Kara looks at him astonished.
What about some of the loot you took from the temples?
That's a perk of the job. I was promised payment.
If the objective was to keep me safe throughout our travels, then your mission is not yet complete. In order to return me to Illumia, we will still need to travel.
As the other tries to reason with Zach, Leanna just stares.
Zach, you can't be serious right now.
Zach fixes a stony glaze on Leanna, then
You're
grins.
right. I'm just joking.
Yeah, fuck you, Zach. There's a pause.
What?
It's a joke, like, haha, that's funny, sort of thing.
I think you need to work on your jokes and timing.
It's not my fault if you guys don't understand good humor.
Zach crosses his arms and pouts. Oh, I'm sorry, Zach, your joke sucks. Just like the real Zach's jokes. Leanna breaks down into laughter. Her laughter is infectious and spawns all of us stumbling over.
Better than what your comedy is nowadays.
Fuck off. Us stumbling over with laughter, releasing everything that's pent up inside. All the hurt, fear, and relief. As I view each of my friends, I feel a warmth blossom within me. These are the people who mean the world to me. Or mean the most to me, rather. And no matter what the future throws at us, I know we can always count on each other to get through it. That's sad because this game's over now, pretty much. That sucks. I'm sad now. I hate when these games end. I've been playing this for how many episodes? I don't think it's longer than... It's not longer than Ace Academy, though. At least episode-wise. With them, I am home. Is it roll credits time? ... 2 months later. What? Wait. We will see what 2 months later is in the next episode! Boop!
Oh,